Well, we're gonna do a selfie, because I'm a millennial. Y'all smile, okay? Ready? Okay. Oh, wait. How do you turn this? I'm a 44-year-old millennial. Okay, smile. Please. We did it. We did it. So some of us didn't tell some of us that we were going to memorize our speeches. So some of us are just going to read it. Well, hello, graduates, esteemed faculty, families, and distinguished guests. It is such an honor to be here with you today to celebrate the class of 2026. Morris Scholars, your presence here is a testament to your resilience, grit, and unwavering commitment to pursuing knowledge, building relationships, and gathering the knowledge you'll need to excel in your respective fields, and most importantly, the communities where you'll grow roots. So 26 years ago, yes, I know what you're thinking, she looks 30. And you're correct, I do look 30. But 26 years ago, when I was applying for colleges, I learned that Morris was the best liberal arts college in the country for its size. And so I applied to Morris with a very hopeful heart and a good enough essay. This was back before ChatGPT or Grammarly or Google Docs. So you can understand my struggle back then. We had to use Microsoft Word and the thesaurus. It was a dark time. Although I can't quite remember the essay question and what I wrote, I do remember how I ended my essay. I wrote, "A Morris education will give me the confidence to pursue whatever path I choose." And it worked. I got in. So I came to Morris with a partial athletic scholarship and a full academic scholarship. That's right, a girl can do both. So the summer before the semester started, I participated in the Gateway program to help me acclimate to Morris. I came all the way from St. Paul, but Morris felt familiar, like the cucumber farms that I worked in with my parents. And the only culture shock I experienced were the flies that had teeth. Yeah, I later learned that these were called horseflies. We didn't have that in St. Paul. So these monsters had like scissor-like blades that would cut the skin, and it blew my mind. I had to learn more about the wildlife of Morris. But anyway, that wasn't all that I learned while I was here. I learned that I actually didn't care about psychology, and that I cared about telling stories and making our stories more visible. Southeast Asian refugee experiences especially. I wanted to excavate and honor the past, but I also cared about imagining what the next 25 years could look like for the Southeast Asian community. So I majored in English, and being at Morris helped me find my passion for writing. The stories I tell take on all kinds of shapes. They're children's books about growing up in St. Paul, essays about grief and food, poems about identity and love, and stage plays that are essentially love letters to, well, science fiction and zombies that know Kung Fu, but also to Southeast Asians' diaspora. And I learned that I could bring Tupperware into the cafeteria and that no one checks your backpack when you leave. I also learned while I was here about who I wanted to be as a leader and that I had a vision for impactful change. So I ran for president of the Asian Student Association my sophomore year. I wanted the Asian American students to have more influence, visibility, and to become more politicized. Because back then, all we did was had ramen parties, dance to K-pop, be in community, right? And find a safer space. We started an annual campus-wide talent show, sold tickets for $1, we filled the auditorium, and we built allies and bridges across cultures in the student body. We also made hella money importing Asian ramen from the Twin Cities and selling them to raise funds for our programs. And Morris, I was just telling this to my friend Sandy over here, Morris gave me my very first opportunity to take on a leadership experience, and that has helped me throughout my career in the arts. I also learned, while I was here, the Dakota language. During my first semester, I was stopped on the mall, probably on my way between Turtle Mountain Cafe and the Multicultural Center. And the other student asked me, "Hey, how come we never see you at the meetings?" And I said, "What meetings?" And she said, "The Circle of Nations. What else, eh?" That's what she said. It's verbatim. And I said, "Oh, I'm Asian." And she said, "What kind? From where?" And I said, "I'm Laos. I'm Lao. I'm from Laos." And she said, "Oh, so you're like Lakota, eh?" And that's how I made friends. But anyway, sometimes in life, shortcuts are great. I don't know, there was no transition sentence here. Something happened while I was writing this. Okay, sometimes in life, shortcuts are great and they're appreciated. So as you go out there into the world to do good things, to become decent neighbors in your community, I'd like to share a few gems with you that I learned along the way as somebody who's now a mom, who's now a caretaker to my father, and who is an incredible leader in my community. 1, dance like everybody's watching because you deserve an audience. Yeah. Somebody's uncle. I think that we all have some amount of magic within us. There's something that you're very good at. Be affirmed in it. If it's a talent, hone it even more. If it's a passion, turn it into a mission to do the most good. 2, never half-ass anything. Always full-ass it. That's right, gotta woo. 3, don't eat the last piece of food. Not because it may seem impolite or ungraceful, but because there's risk of food poisoning. Things left out too long, just stay away. Also, everyone's been breathing on it. So you don't want that. Your PTO is limited and doctor visits are expensive. 4, if you're unable to be the first voice, be someone's second voice. It takes tremendous courage to speak up when we see something wrong. This will happen at your job, at the community event you're volunteering at, and while you're hanging out with friends. Sometimes the words we want to say get stuck in our throat like stones. It's okay when that happens, but promise yourself that you'll be the second voice for someone when they speak up. Next time is better than never. 5, have the audacity, like I did with the selfie up here. 6, take up space with your voice, your presence, your stories, and your name. 7, be relentless. 8, eat your vegetables. You'll learn in 20 years how important fiber is. Am I right? 9, create a ritual to help yourself reset when you need it. For me, it is just putting on my shoes and a jacket and walking around the block and coming back home because I work from home. 10, take healthy risks. You got those? Do you remember them? Just TikTok me, I'll send this to you. Okay, so I invite you today to look confidently forward to the endless possibilities that's ahead. The future is coming up. And as you take on new chapters of your lives, I encourage you to stay true to who you are and who you are called to be. I encourage you to pursue your passions and to tell your stories. Use your unique gifts to signal boost others, to steward causes that you believe in, and to leave a lasting legacy that inspires future generations. And as you leave here, I hope you know that you carry with you the aspirations and dreams of all those people who have supported you along the way. A lot of them are right behind you. So go ahead and give them a shout out. Go ahead, give them a shout out right now. Yes. Okay, so I have a cheer. It's the Cougars cheer. And we're gonna learn it together. We're gonna say it. Okay? C-C-C-O-U-G-G-A-R-S, Cougars. Ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. C-C-C-O-U-G-G-J. Dyslexia! Well, congratulations, everybody!